Hey guys and girls, welcome to another video. Today's episode is on car wheel cleaning. What does Darren do? Often I'm simply asked, Darren, just tell me what you do. Well, here behind me I have my whole arsenal to clean my car wheels. Seems like a lot, and in many ways it is, but cleaning the car wheels is a very messy, dirty job. So let me show you what I do and let's get started. Okay, first things first. First, I've got my dirty car wheel. Let me talk about the cleaner that I use. Whenever you start cleaning your car wheels on a regular basis, whether you're a car owner or an enthusiast or a professional detailer, you will find that you will go through a disturbing amount of car wheel cleaner in order to achieve clean car wheels. So I prefer concentrate. My latest go-to product is this product put out by Simple Green Crystal. So check out the winning benefits as to why I use this. So first, it's a concentrate, which means it's more economical. It also means that I can dilute it down to the custom blend that I want to use specifically for the moment. The dirtier job, the stronger I can make it. When it comes to the car wheels, I dilute it down 4-to-1. 1 part concentrate, 4 equal parts water. Also, check this out. Biodegradable formula, which means it's friendly for me, friendly for in the environment. Non-abrasive. I'm not sure how many abrasive all-purpose cleaners there actually are out there, but this is non-abrasive. VOC compliant, which stands for volatile organic compounds. Non-caustic, it's not going to do any damage. Non-flammable, it's not going to burst out in flames suddenly. Rinses residue free. So to me, this is a winning balance in so many ways. But because I go through disturbing amounts of car wheel cleaner, I also know that my hand will become very tired if I use a traditional sprayer, hence this type of pump sprayer. I can blend it in here, pump it up, pressurize it, and now I have instant at the trigger as well as at a wand, so I can maneuver it from a distance, and I have instant release of large amounts of wheel cleaner in this case. I have different brushes. Specifically what you need to know, and this is applying a little context for the moment, is that I keep my car wheels clean on the regular. Very consistent, very regular. So if you have excessively dirty car wheels, this cleaner may not prove as effective for you as it does for me. That's one of the reasons that I keep up on my car wheels regularly, so I don't have to overthink it. I can use a product like that. Never mind the fact that I just love clean car wheels. And on a foreign car like this, it throws a lot of brake dust, so they get dirtier quicker than I would prefer. So this is my go-to tool for doing car wheels. It's very effective, makes me far more efficient. Now you may need additional brushes. I have a very long tutorial on my other detailing channel that dissects the endless brushes that you can use in order to clean your car wheels. But because I'm also employing the use of a pressure washer, because it intensifies and directs the water in a very pressurized manner, it will compensate for what's called mechanical scrubbing. So if you just have a garden hose, you may have to use more brushes, but because I have a pressure washer, I keep my wheels clean on the regular, I can simply use a single brush for just the sidewall of the tire, which is another reason that I love this, is because I can simultaneously clean both the wheel and the sidewall tire at the same time before I reapply a new layer of dressing. So with that said, I'll set my blower. Why a blower? Because I want to blow all the excess water out of the wheel immediately, so I'm not coming in after the fact and having to deal with water spots. Now, because I do keep my car so clean, I dissect my car into segments. So I clean the wheels separately than I do the entire car. I don't ever clean the entire car with a traditional wash bucket, excessive amounts of water, and that kind of stuff. So I will clean my wheels independent of dealing with my paint and glass. I want a blower to blow off that excess water so it's not spotting up with waters, and generally I'm working in the direct sunlight. Now I choose this blower because it's got this long handle versus this smaller blower that I reserve for the inside of the car whenever I need to use a blower, which is a video for a different time. And I'll show you the difference. Behind me, I have a quick detailer. I will show you after I clean the wheels why I use that, but in the meantime, I'm going to practice safe cleaning. Now, because this product is biodegradable, it's friendly for the environment, friendly for me, I simply put on gloves so I don't get dirty. It's a way of protecting me from getting dirty. Car wheels can be tricky. You know why? Two reasons. One, they're round. Second, because they move, which means that what I'm looking at here as far as the form of dirt and brake dust is not going to be what I can see if I were to go like this. So if I think I got to clean from here and then we move the car and we rotate it 180 degrees, suddenly I may realize that in fact it's not completely clean. So that's the problem with turning round objects, kind of like your steering wheel. So that's the nuance of cleaning a car wheel. So you have to just apply that when you go into it. I also prefer to have the inside of the wheels, called the wheel barrels, cleaned. And that is a sign of a truly well-maintained car in my world. So I pressurize this, and now because I'm simultaneously going to clean the wheel as well as the sidewall of the tire, I make sure I address the tire as well as, since it's an all-purpose cleaner, I can do the wheel wells at the same time. And this little wand allows me to get in there if I need to, because these wheels are pretty wide and deep. And I'm shooting this up at an angle, so I make sure I get these surfaces up here that I can't necessarily see from this angle. I'm going to do this both with this wand, applying the cleaner, as well as the water when I come to blowing it off. Now you'll notice probably that I just used a disturbing amount of wheel cleaner. I'm going to scrub the sidewall of the tire to break down the old, spent, used tire dressing, and now I'm going to rinse it clean. One thing cool about pressure washers is they use less water and they replace it with pressurized water. So if you have a garden hose, you're going to use more water and have less pressure. Everything has trade-offs. Now, as a rule, I'm going to keep 2 microfiber cloths because while I did everything I could to manage the water, there's generally going to be a little bit of overspray around the perimeter of my car. So I'm simply going to use a separate microfiber cloth to wipe that up very gently, and then I'm going to go into blower mode. Now this is my leaf blower. I like a leaf blower. Why? Because as long as I have power, I have instant compressed air. Now, many people, they like these blowers because it's dedicated for the detailing world. The problem is in this moment, it's just reach. Now, I know this seems trivial to you, so in this moment, length or size does matter. Let me show you why it matters, at least to me. Detailing is hard work. If you do it enough, you'll quickly come to the conclusion like, oh my gosh, this is really hard work. So anything I can do to minimize the work and effort, I'm going to do it so that I can apply that work discipline to areas that are more critical. So this is where a longer reach comes in. I can sit here like this and I can just wave the magic wand and blow my wheel and tire off, versus this one that I would have to get up close and personal and do more maneuvering like this. I know, once again, it doesn't seem like much, but if you do it enough times like I have, times multiple years and decades, you'll begin to understand that any little tweaks that you can make in efficiency is welcomed. So let's blow. Now that I'm done blowing, I want to highlight a few things that I'm watchful of. Because I do these on the regular, not only can I clean the sidewalls, the wheels, the wheel barrel, but I can also clean the brake caliper itself without using any additional brushes. The only brush I used was for the sidewall to break down that old layer of tire dressing. When I'm blowing it, I want to pay particular attention to the lug nuts, those intricate areas. And what I'm trying to achieve is essentially 95 to 98% full drawing capacity. At this point, if you pulled away and observed from normal viewing distances, most people would call that a completely clean wheel. You want to double check. The obvious thing would be just to rotate this 180 degrees, but I don't want to get into the car right now, so I can simply do this and verify my results. Past that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my quick detailer. Q7 detailer is my go-to detailer. Pick whatever detailer you want, and I'm going to spray it about 4 shots. And why am I going to do this? Well, because A, it's going to allow me, as I'm going to already be mopping up any residual remaining water, it's going to allow me to add some visual enhancement to my wheel. Now you can use a spray wax so long as it's a non-staining formulation. You can use nothing because there's going to be a trivial amount of water already remaining. It's going to automatically get your cloth wet, so if there is in fact any spots hanging around that are unwanted, then you're going to get that anyways. So I just use the Q7 detailer to add a little enhancement to the moment. So what I do is, because I'm working in the direct sunlight, is I'm going to pay attention to the areas that are in fact in the direct sunlight to prevent flash drying of the product that I've just sprayed on. Now, because I really like clean and detailed wheel barrels, what I'm going to use is this long vent brush, which you can find all these at my channel, bestautodetailingtips.com. And I'm going to go in here and notice that I spread it or laid it over the tip so that when I push it in, it doesn't ball up on me like this. And then I hold the back end of it so that when I pull it out, it doesn't ball up on me. So there is virtually a strategy for everything I do, whether I have the ability to remember to highlight it for you verbally or not. Just know detailing in many ways is the height of awareness, and it really is all about the details. For example, I'm sure there's going to be some keyboard jockey out there that will say, oh, I saw Darren touch the tip of the blower with the wheel. What a hack, he's going to scratch his wheel. Well, any guy that actually has cleaned wheels knows that this wheel not only is clear coated, the tip of the blower is plastic, and unless I'm going level 10 and I'm trying to intentionally do some damage, it just isn't going to do any damage. So at this point, my wheel is clean. I'm going to apply a layer of new tire dressing, and then I'm good to go. But what I will add in closing is, because I get so many people that ask this, Darren, after I clean my wheel, I notice the rotor. The rotor is that round metal part. So you have the round metal part that's attached to the hub, and you've got the caliper that pinches against that rotor. That's how your car stops. That is bare metal. Iron ore, whatever it is, it's bare. It's not coated. The point is I don't care what kind of liquid you introduce into this equation, whether it's straight tap water, a cleaner, anything liquid is going to cause that to automatically rust. If you use an acid-based wheel cleaner, it will accelerate that and create more rust, but just know it's not a problem. The second you roll this car and you pinch the brakes, it will shave off that dust naturally. Now, if you think that that's an unnatural moment, humor me this. When you're driving your car in the rain, guess what is getting wet? Those rotors. So if you drive in the rain, you park your car in the garage, you come out the next morning, guess what you'll start to see to form on your rotors? Yes, rust. So it naturally happens. There's really no way to prevent that. You certainly don't want to put some kind of coating on there that's going to diminish your braking ability, because then that just becomes a safety factor. So in conclusion, and hopefully in under 10 minutes or less, you have learned what Darren does to maintain and clean his wheels. So in conclusion, and hopefully in 10 minutes or less, or pretty darn close to it, you have learned exactly what does Darren do, and hopefully you've learned a few tips along the way. Until next video, we will see you then.